That's Jonathan Montague. He will fair catch it at the 2. Ball comes out to the 25 as we go down to Harry.
Matt, one of the main points of emphasis for this Boston College team coming into this week was for them to be who they are. And we know for this team and Bill O'Brien, it is to run the football, not just with quarterback Thomas Castellanos, because we know he's a dual threat quarterback. It's with this three-headed monster in the backfield. Kai Robichaux, Treshaun Ward, and true freshman Turbo Richard. O'Brien said they have to get back to running the ball the way they did in the earlier parts of the season, and will be playing the hot hand in this one, guys.
All 3 running backs have led Boston College in rushing 2 games each. And it's Robichaux that'll get the start for the Eagles. And it's Robichaux that gets the carry on first down, and a good start for Kai Robichaux and BC. Gain of 8. Keontae Jenkins and Mansour Delane bring him down. Coach Thomas Castellanos, what's he need to do tonight for Boston College?
Well, you hope they can run the ball and let him manage the game a little bit. Don't put it all on his shoulders. Put special situations to let him create and make plays and be special. But he's going to need help from this running game against this top pass rush of Virginia Tech.
Robichaux good for 8 on first down. Good for a first down there. Second carry for Robichaux. Delane brings him down. 5-yard gain. And already, Coach, the rushing game looks good as we take a look at our impact players, brought to you by the Home Depot.
Absolutely. We talked about these quarterbacks and how dynamic they are. Well, they're going to need to be. Antoine Powell-Ryland at Virginia Tech, Donovan Ezaraku at Boston College. College football's #1 and #2 sack leader, not just in the ACC, in all of college football.
Castellanos play fake. That's Kamari Morales. The North Carolina transfer picks up 3. Caleb Woodson knocks him out. Four and 2 year 1 for Bill O'Brien, coming home to Massachusetts to lead Boston College. Maybe a surprise in the early part of the season.
Yeah, and they've played really well. Discipline, they do all the little things right. He brings the great offensive mind, the experience, the pro football background, and you see in how this team has played, it working fast for him.
Designed run for Castellanos. Gain of 2 brought down by APR, Antoine Powell-Ryland, who has been a menace on defense this year for the Hokies.
Absolutely. He's second in the nation in sacks, had a huge year last year again. He has the speed. The interesting thing for these quarterbacks is they're so athletic, but I don't know if they've seen the speed of these defensive ends that can track them down in any other game this year.
Bond in motion. Castellanos to throw across the middle, and Virginia Tech's defense is there for the stop. Jaden Skeet brought down by Dorian Strong, and it'll be a punt for Boston College.
And a great job by Strong. They see it's man-to-man. They run a little rub route for Dorian Strong does a great job getting over the top of the rub, letting it clear, and closing in on Skeet to make the tackle short of the first down. Great recognition by Strong to see that route combination and make the play.
Ivan Savanko to Jalen Lane. Fair catches it at the 13-yard line. And that's when we'll bring out Virginia Tech and their quarterback, Kyron Drones, one of the more exciting players in the ACC a year ago. Struggled a little bit to start the season, but the coaches told us he is back to being himself, and that's a good thing for Drones in this Virginia Tech offense.
Absolutely. Huge expectations on this Virginia Tech team coming into the season with the firepower they had coming back, led by Drones at quarterback. And they've been in a lot of tight games, but we know Drones. Drones can beat you with his arm. We saw him. He's got a cannon for an arm, but he's also a big guy and really athletic.
You saw him this game before the bye week against Stanford. 3 total TDs. Jalen Lane on first down. One of his favorite targets, gain of 9.
Yeah, when you want to get your quarterback going early, easy, move the pocket, nice, easy little throw, pitch and catch, get him into the flow of the game. I love easy throws for quarterbacks to start games.
Play fake again, another high percentage throw. That's Benji Gosnell out of House Gosnell. Steve and his brother also on the team, a receiver. 2 plays, 2 9-yard gains and a first down, Virginia Tech.
Another great little naked play action, easy throw for the quarterback. You find you quarterbacks, you find a rhythm and confidence when you're making easy plays to start a game.
And there's Bashaw Tootin, one of the more exciting running backs in the country. Gain of 9, 3 straight plays in a row. Their offensive coordinator, Tyler Bowen, we said, how many times do you want to get Tootin the ball? He laughed. He's like, I don't get it to him enough.
Well, this is the first game he's coming in without out of leg breaks. He's been banged up some, and we saw it last year. He's a guy that has power and speed as an explosive running back.
So again, 3 plays for the Hokies, 9 yards on each, 2nd and 1. Is Tootin out of the backfield. That's a design run by Drones, and a good job by Boston College's defense recognizing it. That's Quintavious Hutchinson, or Hutchins rather, who got the start tonight at defensive end for Neto Akpala.
And Drones might want that one back. They had man coverage. He had his big receiver, Daquan Felton, one-on-one in man coverage. Went with the QB draw that in 2nd and 1, maybe a shot he should have looked at taking a deep shot down the field.
Tootin, 3rd down. Drones, 3rd down. Keeps it. That'll be good for a first. Tackled on the play by Cam Arnold and a gain of 7.
And Drones all of 6'2". All of 6'2", 235. You see, sometimes they fudge the numbers. When you go stand next to him, they might fudge him the opposite way.
Yeah,
he might be bigger than that.
He's a healthy-looking player. Option look, reverse the other way. Drones is going to keep it. That's a good designed play there for the Hokies, and a gain of 8. Coach, they gave us the 2-look option there.
Well, they're doing a great job. If you look motion, guys pulling it opposite way. It's just a guard tackle counter. But with the running back going off with the quarterback run and the receiver, see the motion going over top to widen the defense out. Really good scheme to create running lanes for Drones inside.
The player they're getting back healthy tonight as well, Ali Jennings, the transfer from Old Dominion, said he's a playmaker waiting to happen. Looking forward to seeing him in the game tonight. And that's Tootin right up the middle. That's another first down. Virginia Tech, tackled by George Brooks. Coach, nothing special, just blue-collar football right now. Design runs, high percentage passes.
Well, if you can do that, you run the simple plays, you got to like Tootin, you get him going the physical yards inside, and then you create some of the motions to create confusion. It's a combination of base offense and then some special little motions and schemes.
Again, Tootin, good job by BC there. No gain, Davion Crouch, first of a few Eagles.
And you see Crouch coming off the blitz, off the edge. As you cross midfield, you'll see Boston College get out of the base defense. You see Crouch coming on the blitz off the edge. Once you cross midfield, they're going to start heating you up a little bit more. They're very much a bend but don't break defense.
This is a Boston College defense, first in the conference in scoring defense. Drone's going to take a shot, has Gosnell. That'll be a first down, Virginia Tech. As I mentioned a second ago, Benji Gosnell, his brother Stephen Gosnell, number 12. The most reliable player, they think, on this offense at a gain of 20.
Do a great job protecting him right there with the blitz coming off the edge. Really good patience by Drones to let the flat defender clear out and put the ball right on the money to Gosnell.
Reverse. Felton has a block. Daquan Felton. And another first down, Virginia Tech. Crouch forces him out of bounds. Coach, if this is a script, it's perfect.
Doing a great job. They are. They're opening up the playbook. A little balance, like we said, a base offense, then some exotic plays with motions, reverses, quarterback runs. But you have to finish drives in the red zone. This is where Boston College has been tough, only giving up 25% of their defensive possessions for touchdowns in the red zone.
Drones keeps it. Drones scores. Tech strikes first. How about that? 11 plays, 88 yards, 5 minutes and 43 seconds. And we saw a little bit of everything out of that Virginia Tech Hokies offense, and they're up first.
Absolutely. You just see the motion come over the top, but just your basic zone read play. We talked about Drone's size and his power. When he gets near the goal line, his ability to drop the pads and run people over.
John Love on for the extra point. Kyron Drones on that drive. 3 of 3 through the air for 38 yards. 4 rushes for 26 yards. This one for 11. Kyron Drones and the Hokies on top on Thursday night college football.
Hokie fans, Virginia Tech football recently welcomed pediatric patients from Corona Children's Hospital for a day of fun and creativity. Each patient could design a t-shirt for student athletes, and in return, each student athlete created a special design to honor and support the patients from Corona Children's Hospital. At this time, please welcome the Corona Children's Hospital choir, Catherine Anthony, Elijah Parker, and Alan Antigan Guerrero. Tonight, Alan Antigan are representing their late sister May, one of the biggest Hokie fans who recently passed away. Thank you to our Corona Kids Captains.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly. And in part by Discover. It pays to discover.
That was our own Eddie Royal on the reverse earlier back in 2005. And then Matt Ryan, 2 touchdown passes, 4th quarter to lead Boston College. These teams have met 6 times. This will be their 7th time on Thursday Night College Football. It's tied at 3 apiece, Coach. So the winner tonight gets ahead in the series 4-3 as Kyron Drones and the Virginia Tech offense went right down the field to make it 7-0 on their opening possession.
That was a great script that the offensive staff had drawn up on that drive. Let's see the adjustments, though, they make the next time Virginia Tech has the ball.
It's Turbo Richard. He's going to take a knee in the end zone.
There's the Taco Bell Liv Moss student section all season long. Student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Liv Moss student section of the year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. And I'll tell you, these guys have to be up there, certainly in contention. To see them when that Enter Sandman start, that whole entrance, walk into the stadium, and that song starts, and they start jumping, there's nothing like it.
Not even that. They showed up for Sports Center today with us, 2 p.m. Eastern. They've been ready to go all day. First down, Boston College. That's going to be Jonathan Montague, the freshman, and a gain of 5. Interesting design there. So we saw on the first possession, Boston College ran the ball heavily. They had to punt.
Yeah, but it was still a decent drive, couple first downs. You see them wanting to establish the run. And we're going to see the different backs. They're going to try to find who has the hot hand at the running back position. But each of them bring a little something different to the table.
That's Trayshawn Ward, and he cuts up the middle. That'll be a nice gain for Boston College. Ward, a 3-time transfer, Kansas State, Florida State, and now BC. 138 all-purpose yards against Florida State. We saw him in week 0 in that Florida State win. He's probably the most explosive one.
Well, and that's what you say. They have different styles. You're going to see a big Kai Robichaud come in on 3rd and short, where Ward is your scat back, if you will, in old terms, going to catch it out of the backfield. Electric player.
You called it. Robichaud in there, 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Castellanos keeps it. Castellanos looked like he fumbled the ball. And Virginia Tech has recovered. Keyshawn Burgos came up with it. From our angle up here, you couldn't tell if it came out. But you can see ball pops out. They're going to have to probably take another look at this one.
I think they're going to take a look at it. It's a little speed option. And Castellanos, he wants to pitch off the end man on the line of scrimmage. It ends up being a blitzing linebacker. Kind of hesitates. He's got to get to the outside shoulder of that linebacker. And he got stuck on the inside.
It was a fumble recovered by the defense. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 65, his first. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So that other angle made it look like the ball was clearly out. Kevin Gilliam Jr. caused the fumble. So we're going to step aside. Virginia Tech ball. And that lunch pail defense getting the turnover early in this one. Verbally to say that this program was built on Thursday nights. Only show in town, and they got good under Frank Beamer. They've got good field position after the turnover, 19-yard line for Drones and the Virginia Tech offense.
Let's see him take a shot here. They ran the trick play earlier.
Lane in motion, Lane the ball. Knocked out of bounds after about 5. Cam Arnold brings him down. Take another look at the fumble. And then the personal foul following it. But one of the angles you couldn't see, Coach, but it was clear the ball was out.
Yeah, the ball comes out. Great job hustling on the ball. And then the penalty, pulling guys, you know, off the pile, trying to finish it. He's competing for the ball, but a little bit too much. Whistle had blown, and they're telling him to stop the action.
Toot. Check that. Drones faked it to Toot and Boston College wasn't fooled by it. Cam Horsley in a loss of 3.
And we talked about it. Didn't look like it in the first series with the reverse and the quarterback keep, but the red zone defense is one of the strengths of this Boston College team this season.
Malachi Thomas checks in at running back, trips down to the bottom of your screen. 3rd and 7.
So they're looking to the sideline to change play. They have man-to-man coverage on the 3 receivers outside.
Drones, eyes downfield, takes a shot at the goal line, stopped, but still a big gain. It'll be 1st and goal. That is Stephen Gosnell, and a gain of 15. Ashton McShane, Carter Davis on the big hit.
And we said they had man-to-man coverage, a little pressure coming inside. It's a little rub route, and a great job by Drones, feeling who they got picked. They hustle up to the line.
So they hustled up into that little muddled formation, and they'll give them a touchdown. That's Kyron Drones' 2nd touchdown of the night. So Virginia Tech takes advantage of the turnover, and it's 13-0 Hokies. 2nd touchdown in 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Extra point is good, and it has been good football for the home team. The turnover, the setup from Drones to Gosnell.
Absolutely, the 3rd down play makes it happen. Gosnell gets it all the way down to the 1-yard line. They sprint up onto the line of scrimmage, a little tush push, get the ball in the end zone. It's all Hokies in the 1st.
And so to be able to give a little bit of my time now, it really means a lot.
And we're celebrating Coach Beamer's birthday today.
Absolutely.
What did it mean to play for him, man?
Oh, no, it means a lot. You know, Coach was a big part of my development as a man. The discipline, the character, you know, figuring out, you know, how to navigate in this lifestyle and as a quarterback. And so it means a lot to me. I love him. I love his family. He'll always have a special place in my heart.
Before I let you go, Mike, what's your favorite memory wearing that Hokies uniform?
My favorite memory, I think, was the first time I took the field and I looked in the sky and I asked God if this is what you want for me. You know, this is my moment. And I never forget that. Every time I step on this field, I feel that same energy, and it brings back so many memories. So very thankful for the game of football and what it's meant to me.
Appreciate you taking the time.
You got it. Thank you.
Guys, thank you. Castellanos forced to throw it away. The pass rush from Virginia Tech, too much. I don't think you know how special that moment was for Harry Lyles until you see a young Harry Lyles, born and raised, living in Atlanta.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Halloween costume 2003, and no, Harry, that is not a wig. That is you.
No, those
That's
are
all
some beautiful curls, and I had a wrap around my leg. That was the year that Mike had actually broken his leg, so that was my Halloween costume.
I'm sure he appreciates
wanted to be exactly.
the ode to the broken leg.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, Castellanos and Boston College. Now they're starting to throw. Plenty of time. Good job, good patience. Darren Bradley in a big gain. Much needed for Boston College, a gain of 26.
Well, Virginia Tech only rushed 3, dropping 8 on the play. You want to keep Castellanos, in the pocket. But one of the things you've seen from Castellanos, his maturity to stay in the pocket, make the read and make the throw.
In Virginia Tech territory, big play. Castellanos to throw again. And again, a completion to 88, Kamari Morales. And where we saw Boston College, their first 2 possessions, Coach, they were just running the ball, and now they're throwing it.
Yeah, and Bill O'Brien's not afraid to mix it up. Hey, we were going to run some power run. Let's spread them out right here and go a little tempo. I like the changeup.
So 2nd and 2 after 8, they'll run to get the first down. And now Boston College's offense had a little bit in them and a gain of 4. That was Robichaux.
Let's see if they're going to keep the foot on the gas right here. Get back into the empty formation they had success with and keep going with this tempo.
Castellanos, again, quick throw. That's Lewis Bond, one of his favorite targets. His first catch on the night, and that's good for 4, brought down by Caleb Woodson. We got an injured Virginia Tech player. That's Aeneas Peebles. Duke transfer. Looked at by Virginia Tech's medical staff, but this drive for Boston College, you hit it on the head. Bill O'Brien said, you know what, we wanted to come into the game and be physical with our 3 running backs. Didn't work. Time to open it up.
Well, you know, they came out, and the problem with doing that is the fast start from Virginia Tech. You come out and say, okay, we want to try to establish the running game. They came out, Virginia Tech went right down the field to score, and then the turnover and the quick touchdown said, hey, we might need to mix things up here, get ourselves back in the game. But, you know, Bill's a veteran and a great coach. They want to get back into this game, control the tempo, and get it back to where they want it. And then you might see them go back to say, we're going to go back and establish the run and try to be physical again.
You know, sometimes things just fit. That's Bill O'Brien at Boston College. St. John's Prep will be inducted into his high school Hall of Fame over the weekend. Said it's not because of his athletic ability. So 2nd and 6, Trayshawn Ward the back. The give to Ward, right up the middle, and see the throw game opens up the running game and a gain of 5. Comes in with a veteran offensive line. Told us his team was going to come in tonight and embrace the noise. They'll get it here, 3rd and 1. And that'll be clearly a first down by Ward, Jenkins, and Brumfield on the tackle for Virginia Tech. And, Coach, it's amazing what a little passing game will do to open up the run.
Well, it is, the physicality. You see a really nice job. They came out in empty with some tempo. Now they've gone to the 2 tight ends, some power run, mixing it up, trying to keep the defense on their heels.
Time ticks down here in the first quarter. Virginia Tech, quick start, 14-0. Ward still the back. Ward finds some space. And here come the Eagles at the end of the first quarter. 4th time this season, Boston College has not scored in the first quarter. That's the most in the ACC, 2nd and 1. That was Ward, and that'll be enough to move the chains at a gain of 2. Antoine Powell-Ryland brings him down.
Conservative call there on 2nd and short, Matt, in the red zone right here.
NFL guy. NFL.
You think we're going to try to let's take a
Billy
shot in the end? Where's the double reverse? Take a shot in the end zone.
Blowing the whistles down on the field. Appears to be a clock issue.
The game clock didn't start on the snap. Please reset the game clock to 14:35. 14:35, please. The clock will start on my signal. Thank you.
You're quite welcome, Justin Elliott. He's our referee tonight. Replay official, James Northcott. All right, it's a 1st and 10 here at the 15. Boston College, Turbo Richard. True freshman in at tailback. That's Bond in motion. Castellanos, designed run, looking for a block, not there. That is Mose Phillips III and a loss of 1.
Great fit by the Virginia Tech defense right there. Of coming up and playing the quarterback run.
11th play of the drive. Castellanos pressured out of the pocket. He'll keep it himself, does just that. That's where Castellanos is dangerous. He'll drop back to throw, and a flag on the hit after Castellanos and Jaden Keller.
Penalties after the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
They didn't like that one, but Castellanos just such a great
I don't
athlete.
think that's not a penalty.
Especially with a dynamic runner like that. He was inbounds. He had never stepped out of bounds when the contact was made. But heads up play by Castellanos to draw that penalty. Those quarterbacks, especially running guys, you know they got to tackle you. They draw the penalty.
Robichaux, ball down. Exchange issues for Boston College, and that is APR. An absolute killer turnover for Boston College.
And one of the things that this Virginia Tech defense does, create turnovers inside the red zone. That's their 5th turnover they've created inside the 10-yard line this year. APR, the All-ACC, All-American player off the edge, makes the play, comes up with the ball, sees it, dives on it, pulls it away. What a stop by the Virginia Tech defense.
Coach, as we said, 5th turnover inside the 10, forced by the Hokies defense. They get the ball back and give it to Tootin. When in doubt, give it to your star running back after their star pass rusher, Antoine Powell-Ryland, comes up with the fumble recovery. Had one a week ago. The Florida transfer is playing some good football.
Well, you look at those numbers and you wonder why he's such a dominant edge player for this team. The plays he makes, he's 2nd in the nation in sacks, but also creating turnovers.
A player you know well, recruited him at Florida, now here at Virginia Tech.
Look out!
There goes Tootin! No flags! Touchdown! 83 yards for Rootin' Tootin', and now 9 straight games with a rushing touchdown.
And he was scooting all the way down the field there, Matt. We say he's got power and can run between the tackles, but as you saw right there, he's got that extra gear and speed as well.
And after the turnover, one play later, 83 yards. And the Hokies, 30th anniversary of playing Thursday night football, have opened it up in the first half. 21-0, Hokie High. 83-yard touchdown. Bashal Tuut, longest career touchdown of his career. And because of it, it is 21-0 Virginia Tech. Turbo Richards going to bring it out 15-20. Flag on the play to the 23-yard line. Jason Abbey brings him down. We'll check the penalty. Looks like it's going against Boston College.
During the return, holding, return team, number 9. Penalties half the distance to the goal. First down.
Coach, show us what happened on that touchdown run from Bashal Tuut.
Yeah, it's an outside zone lead play. They're going to zone up for this backer coming over the top here. But we're going to lock the backside, which creates separation with the tackle pull. And we're going to have a tight end motion for the zone lead coming all the way to the safety on the outside. And you'll see once they clear and lock that backside, that creates the gap, the separation in the defense. And you see a great job, Tootin stretching it on the front side. One cut, foot in the ground, get north and south. And once he does, nothing but green grass for the touchdown.
Pulled up a little early. Give the BC
that was a long run, Matt.
Yeah, a little bit of credit. They didn't give up on him. Now first down for Boston College. They need something to get going. I was watching your drawing there. It reminded me of one of those hurricane spaghetti models.
Of where the storm's going.
Yeah, where all the lines are just
right
right
there. A lot of different ways.
How about Tootin? No, he didn't have the knee brace tonight. We talked about that at the open of the program. And now 9 straight games with a rushing touchdown.
Well, when they get him going, he's such a key to this offense. When he gets rolling, they're hard to stop offensively.
5 carries, 108 yards. BC deep in that student section. Lewis Bond the catch. That's Quentin Reddish, the talented true freshman out of the powerhouse Charlotte Independence High School. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. You think it's loud? Listen how loud it's going to be down there. Showing pressure. Castellanos, one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Intended for Lewis Bond, covered by Dorian Strong, and a 3-and-out for Boston College.
Great coverage by Dorian Strong on the play. Man-to-man all the way with the blitz coming. He stays on top of the receiver. You see him tracking the ball, using his body to screen Bond off. Excellent coverage and a huge 3-and-out for this Virginia Tech defense to keep the momentum going.
So Ivan Zavenko to punt from his own end zone. Jalen Lane, dangerous return man, situated at his 47. Lane, the fair catch, just shy of the 50-yard line after a punt of 39. This season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making it here.
Yeah, I love that thought, Matt, especially you've had success. You've moved the ball. Obviously, the turnovers resulting in scores.
They're going to stay with Old Reliable after an 83-yard run. Tootin and a flag down on the play. Good job by the Eagles defense, led by Bright Keese Brown, and a loss of 1.
Holding. Offense. Number 87. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Holding penalty, a moving back. How about Tyler Bowen? I mean, I know he wanted to get Bashal Tuut the ball, but he just ran for 83 yards and a 3-and-out, and they gave it right back to him.
Well, right back to him, but this is what you see the guys on the Boston College defense. Kyrie Johnson, the safety, clapping his hands, trying to get these guys fired up right now. Hey, there's a little momentum. We have them behind the chains. Let's just make one stop, get the ball back to our offense. the defense hasn't slowed them down, but the offense is the mistakes. Their offense has moved the ball for Boston College. It's just the critical mistakes and the turnovers that have hurt them so far.
First and 20. Tootin again. Boston College right there, led by Owen Stoudemire. You make a good point. Boston College, after those first couple of possessions, were able to move the ball offensively. That killer turnover inside the 10. And Virginia Tech took advantage of it, scored points off turnovers. Now you lose a possession and a 14-point swing.
Yeah, and it gets in guys' minds, and what you need is the mental toughness. The guys going out on the field saying, hey, don't worry about anything but the next play. And momentum it'll swing back and forth during the game. Let's swing it our way right here.
See what Drones does here. Looks downfield, good shot, incomplete. Intended for Ali Jennings, a player they were excited to get back. Played a little bit the past couple of weeks, but the transfer from ODU, they said has huge big play potential.
It doesn't. He had a great career, putting up big numbers at ODU. Had the one-on-one. Great throw by Drones in front of the dropping safety. He just takes his eyes off it, lets it get into his body, and takes his eyes off it for a second, trying to turn upfield. And now Boston College in a situation they want to have Virginia Tech in a third and long. They said they spent their bye week working third down defense.
First incomplete pass of the night for Drones. See what he does. Looks left, over the middle, caught. And a good job by Daquan Felton getting a lot of that yardage back. He picked up 14 of the 17, and now you figure it's go time.
Yeah, that's why a mature quarterback and a Drones say, why check it down? You check it down, get the positive yards, put yourself in a situation. Don't force the ball down the field. Check it down, take what the defense gives you, and give yourself an opportunity to play another play.
Fourth and 3. Drones wants to throw. Forced out of the pocket. He'll do this all day. Kyron Drones still on his feet. The ball popped out, but it looked like Drones was well down before it did. Cam Arnold there. We got an injured player for Boston College.
Fumble recovered by the defense. First down. Timeout.
It's Drones' physicality that gets him these extra yards, but he's loose with the ball, and you're running on the big play. You see that ball's clearly out. Picked up by Boston College. That is the momentum that they need. They got to put a drive together here, though, offensively.
Because you saw,
I saw it clean. I'll jump in with it. That ball, I'll just yell it. That ball's out.
Because I looked down at his knee and didn't see the ball out. Because you didn't see it either. Yeah.
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 Hey, Matt.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Up against the net, like.
Yeah, I think I saw the ball coming. You didn't see it. I saw it out. Yeah.
Knee, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it popped up like the kid. I saw the kid with the ball in his hands, and he wasn't down yet. So.
Say that again. Can I get that again? Okay. 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 See ya. 10.
I got to save you on that because I saw you didn't see it. I was trying to motion. I got to just jump in and take that. That's on me.
See, I saw you do that, but I thought it was.
No, I was like, yeah.
So Cam Arnold forced the fumble. He was also the player that was injured. He went into the medical tent, but a timely turnover by that Eagles defense.
Well, you need your leaders to step up at key moments of the game, and he's one of the leaders in the middle of that whole defense. He made a play that hopefully can spark them back into this game.
Castellanos, the play fake. Here comes the pressure. Has to dance out of the pocket. That's where he's dangerous. You think you got him until you don't. And a big play by Thomas Castellanos to start this drive. Jaden Keller brings him down after 12. And Coach, awful eyes by me, great eyes by you spotting that fumble.
No, we saw the ball pop out. But one of the issues when you're Kyron Drones, when you have that size and power, you're trying to fight for extra yards. You see the ball come loose and pop out of his hands well after he had the first down. And that's a big momentum swing potentially in this game.
Yeah, perhaps a game-saving turnover. Could have been Hokies more points, but now BC trying to get something going. That's up the middle. That's the freshman Turbo Richard and a gain of 4. You know, we talked about the hot hand for Boston College. Not one of the backs has really grabbed it yet, so you see Will Loring kind of rotating him in there, see if they can find something.
Well, you want to see them try to find that rhythm. They're still feeling their way through the game. They've run the ball okay. They had some success spreading him in empty and going tempo. Just want to see what they're going to go back to get themselves back in this game.
It's still Richard after 5. Richard, good cut. There goes Turbo. And a nice gain by Boston College, now in Virginia Tech territory, and a gain of 14. And how about a game where we got a toot and a turbo?
Well, little counterplay here, Matt. Great job bouncing to the outside, getting to the secondary. As you said, Boston College has moved the ball on this Virginia Tech defense, but the turnovers have just killed them. It's the mental mistakes we're not used to seeing this team make.
Bond in motion. Pitch to Turbo. Ball's on the turf again. And Thomas Castellanos, they're having all kinds of issues securing the ball in the run game.
Well, Matt, one of the things, if you're going to keep rotating the backs in the game, it's the ball handling of what you're used to. Looks, Castellanos wasn't sure
on the quarterback.
Was ready to pitch it or not. But you're getting reps. Castellanos has it's a different feel with a different back handling it off every time. And when you rotate the backs a lot, sometimes the timing's not there between the quarterback and the running back.
I don't know if he hitched it because he saw the pass rush, but that was almost a disaster again. And Virginia Tech's going to take the timeout.
Timeout. Virginia Tech, they're first. 30 seconds.
2nd and 14. And yeah, I mean, it's been a night of turnovers for Boston College. Again, it's been in the running game. We don't know what Castellanos thought there with the fake pitch, but Bill O'Brien, he was running hot because he thought he may have had another turnover and a lost opportunity.
Yeah, and you see him tell him, calm it all down right here. But, you know, one of the things where he's been able to turn this program around is playing sound football. Kind word to say to somebody explaining what should have happened on that play right there. But they're one of the least penalized teams in the country.
Yep.
They play sound football, don't make mistakes. You know, they play a bend but don't break defense, don't give up scores in the red zone. All little things you can do to find ways to steal football games as he's trying to build this program. And he knows more than anybody, turnovers is probably the biggest stat turnover ratio in wins and losses in a football game.
Empty backfield now for Castellanos, 2nd and 14. Pressure. Castellanos stayed strong and found Bond. A good job by being patient to get some of that lost yardage back for 5. Kelly Lawson brings him down, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, I love that play. The least exciting play you've seen, Matt, right? I love good football. Castellano, they keep him in the pocket, make him beat you from the pocket. Castellano does just that, stays in the pocket, patience, find his receiver underneath. Great job, defense rallying up and tackling. I love good football. It might look boring to some, but I love good football.
And mind you, he's 5'9", so to stay in there, see over that line, ball snapped. And they're going to blow the whistle.
Boston College took a timeout.
And they're lucky they did.
Timeout. Boston College. Their first. 30 seconds.
They're just out of sync right now, and that's where Bill O'Brien jumped in to take that timeout. He felt we were just not in sync, and you see they were not.
Coming out of the bye week at that, you see Castellanos very, very animated on the sidelines, and it's a big weekend in college football. Two of the best matchups on ABC. It's a triple header. Alabama.
Chance you could have either, well, you will have either Alabama or Tennessee with 2 and Georgia with 2 losses.
So out of the timeout. 3rd and 9. Pressure. And Castellanos just gets it away. Guess who? APR.
Well, we say Antoine Powell-Ryland has so much speed in the burst off the edge. We're used to seeing Castellanos be able to extend plays, make things happen. He's not going to be able to run away from APR at his speed coming off the edge. You see Bill O'Brien knows who the problem is. Even slides the tight end over there to try to chip. That doesn't work. He dips and rips underneath the tackle, avoids the chip. That's why he's one of the top pass rushers in all of college football.
Think Florida wishes they had him? That's a good Boston College roll. That thing didn't look like it was going anywhere, and it makes its way to about the 7-yard line and a punt to 37. You know, first half, we're doing some first half analysis here. Dan Mullen, Matt Perry, Harry Lyles with you. Boston College has not been able to sustain anything, and when they did, they turned the ball over. And I think you put it perfectly. They just look out of sorts.
Well, they do, and they're running the ball a little bit. They pass it okay. You know, they're move the ball, and then, you know, a couple drives and a punt, and then the drive and the turnover. It's just not rolling for them, the rhythm. And even in that, they look to have some success in empty tempo. And then they get out of it. And then they're trying to run it, some success, get out of it. They're just out of sorts so far.
Virginia Tech loving their offense to this point. Drones fakes it to Toot, throws it outside. A minimal gain there. It was Jalen Lane for 3, brought down by Carter Davis.
Well, Virginia Tech has not been out of sorts so far in this game.
Down to Harry.
Yeah, man, Cam Arnold is still in the 10. He's been favoring his left side. They were trying to rub out his shoulder. It also looked like they were doing some neck stretches as well. He's been showing some frustration. A couple of teammates have come over to check in on him, see how he's doing, but he's still in the 10 currently.
And Harry, that's a player, 39 career starts for Boston College. That's a lot of football that's at the 10 right now. Drones, quick shot outside, complete, and a gain of 5. It was Gosnell.
A 3rd down snap. We've called APR's name a couple times tonight. These are the type of situations, so in 3rd down, Donovan Ezaraku for Boston College, their superstar edge player. They need him to step up and make something happen.
He's been quiet. Leads FBS, yes. 8 sacks.
There he is right here on the edge.
2 of 3 on 3rd down for Virginia Tech. Toot tries to bang it right up in there, and he doesn't get it. And when BC needed a stop most, going into the half with 3:50 and counting, 2 timeouts, a great job by them.
Absolutely, to come up with that stop. We talk about Ezaraku, what do you do instead of trying to block him or anything else? You read him on the zone read. He forces the give, and the defensive front steps up and makes the tackle.
So Peter Moore, first punt of the night. Team captain to Cameron Martinez. Moore puts a good leg on that one. Martinez at the 40, made a man miss, couldn't keep his feet. Brought down on the play by Dante Lovett, wearing the Frank Beamer 25 jersey tonight, an homage to the legendary head coach and the special teams prowess. And so Boston College will get the ball as we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Verbo. Here's what we know. Number 1 or 5 will lose this weekend. And number 7, Alabama, takes on Tennessee, not in the top 10. One of them will have a loss. And look at the Big Ten. Ranked 2, 3, and 4 in the country. Castellanos the fake. That's just a high percentage pass there to number 17, Jeremiah Franklin. What do you do now? The offense is struggling to get 3 minutes left, 2 timeouts.
Well, you're just trying to get a score on this drive. I love that call to start off. Like we said, we've done power run and then spread out, throw it. Little easy play action. Let's create some rhythm on a first down call. You have those first down drive starting calls. And that was one of them right there. You know, Bill O'Brien settled them down and said, we have time. Run our offense. Let's get a score before half and get back in this game.
Castellanos keeps his feet, has Bond, and what a catch. No, ruled incomplete. Bond had his hands on it. Jalen Jones on the coverage. And a missed opportunity there for the Eagles.
It looked like Bond had a step on him. You see the ball just comes back to the inside a little bit behind him. Bond almost makes a spectacular catch. I like it though. You had the man-to-man shot, second and short. Take a shot down the field. At Boston College, you are definitely in 2-down territory at this point in the game to get back into it.
Little underthrown to Bond, 3rd and 2. Robichaux is going to have the first down for Boston College. That was a big conversion. If you're a Boston College fan watching at home, you're almost holding your breath every time there's an exchange with the running back because of the issues we've seen in the first half.
And it is, and that, like we talked about, you're going to try to roll the backs through. Sometimes you have that confusion, that little different feel. Everyone takes a handoff a little bit differently. But you know on 3rd and short, and 4th and short, in those short yardage situations, Robichaux's the power back going to come through, and they're going to put the ball in his hands.
So Boston College not going to get a playoff before the 2-minute timeout.
That is the 2-minute timeout.
So 2 regular timeouts remaining. Boston College with the ball. Virginia Tech starts with it. Weekly shout-outs to the hardest working people at ESPN, your studio crew. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Catch us. Half-times and more. How about Turbo Richard? This tackle, Jaden Keller, gain of 7. Okay, Coach, call me some ball plays here under the 2-minute timeout with 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, that's a lot of time. You see, you just got to pick up the tempo. You're not into, we have to throw, we have to spread it out. Run the offense, just let's do it with some tempo.
Castellanos to throw. Kind of got caught up in the wash and couldn't get out of it. I'll give you one guess who it was.
Well, there's a competition in this game between the sack leaders in college football, and APR is getting the best of it, trying to catch up with Donovan Ezaraku for Boston College. And you see them, they're trying to put extra guys over there to affect his pass rush. But it's still the great speed rush up the field, the strong arm. Look at him just use the strength to toss the tackle off of him.
And that's
Ozzie Trapillo, I mean, second team All-ACC tackle.
Yeah, and with Castellanos, a lot of his game is when he knows it breaks down and he can pop out and run, he's tough to beat, but Virginia Tech's doing a good job of bracketing him to where he can't pop out like he normally does.
Of understanding your pass rush lanes, keeping him in contained, and then a guy like APR has that closing speed to make it happen.
Third and 5, Castellanos forced out. He's just going to step out of bounds.
And it's APR again, and they chipped him on the play. You see, I mean, Bill O'Brien's an NFL guy. He's used to facing these tough defensive ends, the dominant pass rushers, and they're scheming the protection to stop him and still can't slow him down. You're going to see running back coming over, Robichaux is going to come over here to chip him. They do a great job getting pressure up inside, and then APR, the closing speed to force Castellanos to step out of bounds. And now on 4th and long, you have to punt if you're Boston College.
So Jalen Lane already 2 sacks tonight for APR. Lane at the 10, he caught it, no fair catch. Davion Crouch, punt of 37 and a return of 3. So Boston College has managed to kind of slow down this Virginia Tech offense after they came out in a barrage of touchdowns early on. It was Kyron Drones doing it with his legs.
Absolutely, and the power, you see the big size, the physicality running over the safety, KP Price. After the Boston College turnover on a really short field, great third down conversion, the quarterback sneak, and then after another turnover inside the 10-yard line, it's tootin', scootin', all the way down the field for a touchdown.
Could have thrown in a route and he would have had the whole thing. But yeah, 14 points off turnovers for Virginia Tech in this one. They're going to give it to Tootin again.
Why
there
not?
goes Tootin again. Look at him just bounce around tackles, find his way to the middle of the field for 16 yards. And what a big first half for number 33. 8 carries, 128 yards.
And they're going to put their foot on the gas right here, see if they can get away some more points right before half.
Drones, quick shot outside. Blown coverage by BC. That is Benji Gosnell. Still 2 timeouts for the Hokies and a gain of 15.
And you come out on that first play, say, oh, the run game, you're going 2 minutes. The run game, you go see what happens. They hit an explosive run, put the foot on the gas, and now we're going to try to go score. And in Drones' mind, he knows they have a kicker with a big leg. They know exactly where they want to get the ball to even just come away with points on this drive.
Another quick shot outside. You see what they're trying to do here. That's Felt for 5. KP Price brings him out. Again, after the 2-minute timeout, the clock stops when the player goes out of bounds.
Gain of 5, second and 5 for the Hokies.
Drones, just 1 incomplete pass on the night, 9 of 10. The fake. Eyes downfield. Scrambles. Oh, what a grab. I tell you what, this Gosnell family, they're good at catching the football. That's a gain of 17.
They went outside and played catch when they were growing
100%.
up. These two all day long right here. Drones puts it, what a great throw, just where his guy can get it in. Gosnell goes up at the highest point and just gets the 1 foot down in bounds is all he needs.
You can see Drones banging on his helmet, not getting the play call on his helmet. Now they're settled in, 1st and 10. Wants to take a shot over the middle. Aiden Green with the defender all over him and a gain of 14.
Clock stops briefly for the first down. They need to hustle up. They still have 2 timeouts. They want to get this ball snapped quickly here.
Drones, time, middle of the field's open if he wants it. He's gonna throw it. There's your drone strike. 20 yards to Tootin. Virginia Tech's largest halftime lead under Brent Pry is 27 points. It was against Syracuse last year. It was also on Thursday night college football.
People aren't trying to sign up to walk into this place on a Thursday night.
No, maybe it's us. We were on the call with that one as well. John Love, extra point.
And the extra point is good.
I mean, Coach, this is a full dose of gobble-gobble here in the first half.
And what a great job by this Virginia Tech offensive line to throw the ball, giving Drones time. Watch him going through his progression. And Drones has been accurate and on fire. His ability to scramble and the threat, but also keeping his eyes downfield, making the play. Great hands by Tootin. The throw a little bit behind him for the catch, and everything is going right for this Virginia Tech offense tonight.
You know, we talked at the top of the broadcast how the stars would have to show up for Virginia Tech. They've scored 4 touchdowns, 2 by Tootin, 2 by Drones.
Yeah, and it's an APR on defense creating the sacks and the turnovers. What a great team. I know somebody here.
I was going to say.
Picked Virginia Tech to win the ACC, and they are, when they're playing at this level, I mean, they have a couple of heartbreaking losses on the season, but this is the Virginia Tech team I think everybody expected to see coming into this year. I know you did, Matt, as a contender in the ACC.
3 losses by combined 14 points, a couple of plays. The Miami Hail Mary, the late one late against Rutgers. I appreciate you going ahead and pointing that out, that I did, in fact, have Virginia Tech coming out of the ACC, knowing everything they had coming back from a year ago, and a team that started to show flashes at the end of the season as Turbo Richard takes that to the 25. So I mentioned a second ago the close losses and close misses. Look, the Vandy loss week 1, you're thinking, oh my gosh, they lost to Vandy. That looks a little bit better in the rearview mirror, but Virginia Tech had a chance to win that one. There was a late turnover against Rutgers. They go down in a non-conference game against them. And then the Hail Mary against Miami, still the one everyone's talking about.
Well, and they had the lead in every one of those games, lead or tied in every one of those games with under 2 minutes to go. That call was overturned. As during Sports Center today, Matt, everybody disagreed. They still think he caught the ball.
They were quite vocal.
The student body had it.
Yeah, able to move the ball down the field. They turned it over inside the 10-yard line. Virginia Tech capitalized and scored just before the first half. They will start with the ball to start the third quarter. It's knocked out just at the 25-yard line. Welcome back into the booth. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry. Had high expectations for this one and a big one of the ACC. Bill O'Brien had Boston College up to a 4-2 start. Virginia Tech struggling at 3-3, yet it's all Hokies here in the first half.
Well, this is the Virginia Tech team everyone's expected to see, a team that could compete for the ACC championship. Boston College a little ahead of schedule, but Bill O'Brien's going to have this team ready to come out, continue to make plays. They were able to move the ball. They just self-inflicted mistakes hurt them, and if they can get them cleaned up, they can get back in this game.
Again, both teams coming out of their bye week, both teams 1-1 in ACC play. Still a lot of football left in this game and the season. Drones is going to take it on first down and a flag.
There's a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense. Number 75. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Let's check in with Harry.
Matt, I spoke with Bill O'Brien coming out of the tunnel. I said, Coach, what do you need to see in this second half? He said, we got to stop turning the football over. We've got to throw it better. We've got to run it better. He said, that was just a bad half of football. But he said his team is full of fighters, and he said, we'll see what they're able to put together in the second half.
Harry, rule number 1, wear the beanie when you're not on camera. Take it off when you go on camera, Matt, so everyone thinks you're tough.
I'm not tough. I am really cold.
High 30s out here in Blacksburg.
He's a southern guy like me. Like that warm weather.
Drones shot over the middle after the holding penalty. It's a Gosnell, the Benji one, and a gain of 10. They were talking to some of the locals earlier. It was 80 degrees here last week. And then we were talking to them yesterday. They said, 30s, feels like November. It's going to be 70s next week.
You got the full moon tonight. You got the brisk air.
I believe it was
everybody's in orange. It's got that fall feel here, right?
They called it a super moon. 2nd and 9. Gosnell got the penalty yardage back. Drones rolls left, throws left. Jalen Lane. Cameron Martinez after 10. And it's all still working for Virginia Tech to start the second half.
It's been super Drones so far, his efficiency. Making every throw, short throws, long throws, doing it with his legs.
I'd imagine that tempo we saw in the first half, probably not going to be as tempo-y in the second. That's 2. Boy, did he have a first half. I mean, his quicks. You can see the difference, too, because we'll sit in college football studio Saturday for 16 hours, me, you, Galloway, and we watched a lot of Virginia Tech football. We saw that big knee brace on him in the early part of the season. More of a precaution than anything, but you could just tell tonight with that knee brace off, the laterals are going well.
Absolutely. The comfort he's running, the explosive ability to put the foot in the ground and change direction.
All right, so Colin Schlee is now lined up at quarterback with Drones out to the far right. top of the screen, Schlee. That's probably not what we thought was going to be designed when they bring in the UCLA transfer. That's Cameron Martinez and a loss of 5.
I think they're trying to set it, set something up, get it on film, try to little tendency breaker or set something up for later in the season. And you saw Drones step back like it was going to be a double pass, and it just didn't go very well.
So that was the setup?
Yeah, it looked really good on the chalkboard when they drew it up, Matt.
I was going to say, not sure a team's going to scheme for that.
There's my coach talk for you.
There's Malachi Thomas in the backfield. Now 3rd and 10, Drones. Deep shot down the field. I'll tell you what, overthrows Ali Jennings, but we were down there prior to kickoff. Drones has a huge arm.
Huge arm. And you just see the flick of the wrist, and the ball jumps out of his hands. And you saw him, I mean, with the touch, the tight spiral, whether he's going deep over the top or trying to put the ball on a line.
All right, so if you're putting together a game plan for Boston College in the first half, it's stop Virginia Tech to start the 3rd quarter. All right, so check 1 for Boston College is Isaiah Ferris deep to receive the punt. Nearly blocked. Boy, does he put that thing end over end. And good special teams by the Hokies. Punt of 45, 0 return. Jonathan Penix, the man right there, as we take a look at tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive.
Well, and it's the turnovers in the first half of the game that have hurt Boston College. First, they have the turnover deep in their own territory to give a short field to Virginia Tech. They're able to capitalize on a real short drive. They put a great drive together inside the red zone, and they turn it over again, and that leads to the 83-yard Tootin touchdown. And if they can clean that up.
Now Turbo Richard's going to try to clean it up with himself. The true freshman said that has all the ability to be a 3-down back. And Turbo goes for 30. Mansour Delane knocks him out. So that's a positive start for BC.
Well, we've seen them have some positive plays right now so far this game. Well, counter run, good patience, gets behind the pullers to break into the secondary. It has been the flows and the mistakes within the offense. They haven't found a consistent rhythm. They've had some good plays and then shoot themselves in the foot.
Virginia Tech came in with a 99th rush defense. They are gettable on the ground. We've seen it. They just haven't been able to finish the drives. Castellanos is going to throw it back. Virginia Tech was not fooled at all. Lewis Bond was sitting there waiting for it. One problem, so was Quentin Reddish and Caleb Woodson.
Great discipline by that Virginia Tech defense to stay at home on the backside. And as we've said, you continue to see it. Boston College has success, then the negative plays, the mistakes. They're going to run a sprint out, look front side's not there. The throwback screen is part of it, but it's the discipline. APR, the first guy on the scene. Again, and then Reddish, the talented freshman there to clean it up.
Pressure. Castellanos escapes it, keeps his feet. And you saw Thomas Castellanos in a nutshell right there. They looks like they had him pinned for a loss. He gets 14 of the 15 he needs for a first down.
And that's the first time he's able to get loose so far tonight. They've chased him down, contained him. You see the rush, he steps up, APR right there, just misses the tackle. Castellanos able to scramble dive. They just get him short of the first down. Big 3rd and 1 here for the Boston College offense. They have to be in 2-down territory.
Yeah, for the rest of the game down 28-0. Turbo Richard, the deep back. Castellanos pulls it, throws it, and a big gain for Boston College. How about this to start the second half? That's Kamari Morales, BC in business.
Well, we saw this. When you have the green light, you get a little more aggressive with your calls and getting out of your game plan. We saw this in the Alabama-Georgia game when Alabama got up 28-0 on Georgia. And there was 4-down territory the rest of the game, opening it up, a little bit more aggressive. They, instead of trying to just establish a run, let's go. And you have that aggressive mindset with everybody in the offense, knowing we're going all out the rest of the game. You start making plays.
That's Richard off the left side. Good fill by the Hokies, led by Woodson, loss of 1.
I think it also changes your mindset as a play caller, Matt. As you said, right? It's going to be go for it, 4th down and go territory the rest of the night. It's going to change your mind as a play caller. Instead of 3 downs to get a 1st down, you have 4. And it's going to open up a couple more things in the offense.
Castellanos fakes, has a man wide open, touchdown BC. There's a flag on the play. For now, it's Treshaun Ward. We all wait, as does BC.
Pointing to the BC sideline, kind of almost asking what they want to have happen.
The result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, defense, number 44. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards on the kickoff. We'll play the try.
Okay, so our Boston College checklist. Get a stop on defense, check. Score when you get the ball, check. And now 28-7, a good start for Bill O'Brien's team here in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting. We've seen some plays, what he has drawn up for the kickoff, getting to kick off from midfield as well.
I mean, we saw Treshaun Ward wide open from up here. Lucky for Boston College, so did Castellanos. Still a ways to go, but BC on the board. 28-7 here in the 3rd quarter. Eric McClain, EJ Manuel, the whole crew doing their thing. Eddie Royo, Virginia Tech, great. What did you see, Coach?
Well, it's a great play action. They're going to run a vertical scheme. We're going to cross the receiver, run another receiver to the outside. Treshaun Ward's going to sneak up the seam on this linebacker right here in the middle with bad eyes, loses him off the play action. And why? Because of the play action, you have to worry about Thomas Castellanos' ability to run. Bad eyes. Treshaun Ward, the best receiving, the best pass reception running back on the Boston College team.
There you go.
Makes the catch. There we go. I got it out of it.
Sound it out. Sound out your words.
I'm good for that once again.
When in doubt, toot. BC there after 1 yard. I do love, though, and Harry had it in his halftime report, nailed it with Bill O'Brien. We're going to see what kind of fight our guys have. They're 2 for 2 to start the 3rd quarter.
Well, you see it, you know you have that fight, and a lot of times, a team like Virginia Tech gets up big at halftime right now. All of a sudden, some of the juice kind of slows down.
Play fake to toot. Drones forced out of the pocket. It's intercepted. Cameron Martinez is probably stunned. Drones through that. I know the home crowd is. And we've got something cooking now as BC gets the turnover as Donovan Ezeraku for the first time made his presence known.
Absolutely, and we've seen Drones play such a great game, efficient all night long, taking care of the ball, not making mistakes, and this is just an error. Ezeraku gets up on him. It looks like Drones trying to throw it away. Ezeraku closes too fast on him, and he just throws it right to the DB. Terrible mistake, and as we said, here comes Boston College. Momentum is swung.
Turbo Richard, fake pitch, Castellanos. Look at Tommy Castellanos. Winifred Penne brings him down after 16. We saw that fake pitch in the first half, and it almost resulted in a fumble. That time he fakes the Turbo and gets a big gain.
Yeah, reading the defensive end and then tucks it up inside. But as Bill O'Brien probably told these guys at halftime, hey, we've hurt ourselves. Defense, you need to play tougher. Offense, we've hurt ourselves. Let's go execute. And they've started the second half just doing just that.
Bond in motion. And that's Turbo Richard trying to get something out of nothing, no gain. And if this doesn't wake up Virginia Tech, now after being up 28-0, turn the ball over.
Well, both of these teams have been in close games all year long, and coming into it, we expected this one to be a tight game. Boston College trying to get themselves right back in it to make it a tight game.
You talk about Boston College, they blew a 14-point lead to Virginia, scored 24 unanswered points pre-bye week. They easily could be 5-1, trying to claw back in this one. Turbo Richard still the back. Castellanos going to keep it. And a good job by Caleb Woodson in a short gain, bringing up 3rd and long. Now, where do you stand on the 4-down territory now? Are you getting points no matter what?
Yeah, you have to see what the distance is and what play call you feel. But after the interception, a quick turnaround, you have the opportunity to make it a quick 10 points. You want to make sure you get points on this drive.
Robichaux the back. Play fake. Touchdown, VC! Boy, did they dial up a ball play there to Jeremiah Franklin and Dan Mullen. We have ourselves a football game in Blacksburg as Castellanos is slow to get up.
He took a big hit on the play. He held in there to the last second. Well, just to let Franklin, just to let him clear. It's a hide the tight end play. They have to let him block to get lost. Hangs in there to the last second to make the throw. A little friendly fire after the tackle. But a great job and a gutsy job by Castellanos to hang in there to the last second to let Franklin make the block and sneak out late.
You want to know how you get back in a game? 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. They said about Castellanos, he's as tough as they get. Bill O'Brien raves about his quarterback, and you just saw his toughness there. Last 2 passes for Castellanos have resulted in a touchdown. I mean, you couldn't have scripted it any better. Down 28-0, coach. Here comes BC.
Well, absolutely. You go with your star player, Ezeraku, creates pressure, creates the turnover, and then it's all on Castellanos. Hang it to the last second. Little tight end Y cross for the touchdown.
Day to day.
Who's your driver?
Blacksburg. My driver?
Yeah.
Thomas Williams is my driver right now for Virginia Tech. Flags on the play. And Coach Mullen, I'll tell you what, if this is on Virginia Tech and it backs them up, BC's defense is coming on the field with a little extra pep in their step.
Well, that momentum, she's a fragile thing right there and can swing back and forth very quickly and is starting to swing hard towards Boston College.
Holding. Return team, number 4. Penalties half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
So now here you go. Let's check in with Harry.
Matt, Tommy Castellanos came over. The trainer's tent went up. He walked right past it, went back to his usual spot on the bench. The trainers came over. They tested his neck mobility, see if he could go left, right, up, down. He was able to do all of those things. They also tested to see if he could lift his shoulders up. He had no problems with any of the tests that they gave him. And he gave them the okay. Bill O'Brien came over, talked to him, gave him a little head nod, walked away. They tried to give him some smelling salts, and Tommy was not having that. So he seems like he's okay.
Yeah, we're watching him here on the sidelines. He looks just fine after taking that double hit. Now the defense going to try to do its thing, and it's going to be hard when Bashaw Tutin's running like that on first down, but the ball is out. You have got to be kidding me. Cam Martinez, who had the interception, just recovered the fumble, and this is an all-out collapse right now by Virginia Tech to start the second half. And guess who? Donovan Ezeraku forced the fumble.
Well, you need your star players to make the plays. Everyone's looking for someone who's going to be the guy to make it. Donovan Ezeraku, it comes up to make the play to lead this team back. Momentum has swung, and here comes the BC offense again in the red zone.
Now, you said momentum. She's a fickle thing, but right now she is on the BC sideline. 1st and 10. Castellanos and BC. Robichaux plants his foot, and that's a good gain on first down for 4. What a third quarter for Boston College.
Virginia Tech's going to want this crowd to get back in it. They had the juice, the energy in the first half. They have the big lead, and even the crowd size starts to quiet. They're going to need them to step back up, give them that home field advantage.
They might want an Enter Sandman redux at this point. 2nd and 6. Play fake. Pressure behind him. Castellanos didn't see it, and he gets taken down by Antoine Powell-Ryland. APR is on a day.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've said there were going to be stars. There were stars on offense, stars on defense. And Antoine Powell-Ryland is a star. His speed is burst off the edge. That's why he leads the country in sacks, right up there with Ezeraku. These are two of the best defensive players in the country. Second, chasing Ezeraku right now.
Castellanos can't find anyone open. Gonna keep it alive with his legs, and he gets brought down, and a flag on the play as Jaden Keller chases him down.
That one's down the field, Matt.
This will be interesting.
Holding. Defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Wow. Second time Mansour Delane has been called for a penalty, and they looked like they had the stop they needed. Now it's a first down, Eagles.
Well, and that's what the ability for Castellanos to keep plays alive, cause problems for people. They know he can scramble and make things happen. And it's that little tug right there in that tight man coverage.
Grab the top of Jaden Skeet's shoulder. Drive continues, 1st and 10. Turbo Richard in the backfield. That's Richard, cuts back, good gain. Can still get a first down. A gain of 4. Jalen Jones brings him down. Two tight end set. Castellanos keeps it, and that's the play that got him in trouble in the first half. That long mesh handoff, whether he pulls it or keeps it, Castellanos kept it for a gain of 2.
Yeah, and he just doesn't look comfortable. Him and Turbo Richard, and these mid-turbo than him, that mesh just doesn't look comfortable. It's a read. Kind of running into each other. They don't feel comfortable on that mesh, on that read play right there.
Yeah, either hand the ball off or don't. 3rd and 3.
Either you're giving it or keeping it.
Extra O-line in. Big package. Big play. Robichaux. We got a 1-score ball game. How about Boston College?
You bring the big guy in, your physical downhill back on short yardage, Robichaux. He's going to just run that thing in, and momentum has jumped on the Boston College bandwagon now, Matt.
3 touchdowns in 5 minutes and 53 seconds. It was 28-0 to start the third quarter. Bill O'Brien said, we're going to learn a lot about my team's fight. And we're learning a lot. 28-21, another turnover and a touchdown, Coach.
Well, the turnovers make all the difference in a game. And you want your star players, Ezeraku creates the fumble, and then the power back. Robichaux running it in from the 3. The score of this game.
It is 28-21 in a third quarter that's been an explosion of points for Boston College. Started with the Trayshawn Ward touchdown that really jumped things going.
Well, they got to stop and then offensively put a great drive together, a little momentum to get the score. But as we said in the first half, it was turnovers that gave Virginia Tech the big lead. It's turnovers that have led to 2 quick scores by the Boston College offense. And we have ourselves a ball game here in the second half.
Yeah, turnover, touchdown, turnover, touchdown. You talk about points off turnovers. The last 2 Virginia Tech possessions, 2 plays and a pick, 1 play and a fumble when Tootin had a big gain. And now Drones is going to keep it on first down. And if you're Boston College, all of the pressure in this game has switched. If you're Virginia Tech, you're cruising 28-0, not a worry in the world, Coach. Now you're thinking a lot about what's going on.
Well, it is, and that momentum switch, and you had all that energy. Everything was working, and it seems now you get out of rhythm. We talked about Boston College being a little out of rhythm in the first half. Virginia Tech has to find their rhythm, and so mentally, it's the mistakes that happen that get you out of rhythm.
So 2nd and 9, Felton in motion, the give to Tootin off the left side. There goes Bashaw. Oh, and Tootin was 1 tackle away from breaking another one, KP Price, and a flag on the play. For now, it was a gain of 18.
Holding. Offense, number 61. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
And that's Braylon Moore. And, Coach, that's the other thing that has come back for Boston College. Penalties for Virginia Tech keep moving them back.
Yeah, getting behind the chains and getting them behind the chains, not letting them run. This is the second time we've seen Tootin's almost broke a couple of these right here. Huge play by KP Price. But the reason he's able to separate that defense, the holding penalty inside, see him grab right there, and it's right at the point of attack. That's might not look like much, but especially when it's right at the point of attack, that's going to be called every time.
So negates the 18-yard penalty, the rush, the sack. Man, I tell you what, Cam Martinez is having a third quarter. An interception, a fumble recovery, and now a loss of 7 sack. That's going to make it 3rd and forever for Virginia Tech.
And Drones never saw him. He came all the way from the outside on the number 2 receiver. Drones in his mind thinking he's not going to blitz from that far out. He times it up perfectly, comes off the edge, makes the sack.
Last 2 plays, 18-yard run negated by a penalty, and then after the penalty, the sack to make it 3rd and 14 as we wind down to a minute here in the third quarter. Can BC get another stop? 3rd and 14. Drones taking a shot. Incomplete. Overthrows Daquan Felton. Nice coverage by Brykees Brown. And the Hokies are going to have to punt.
A 3-and-out. And Drones had one-on-one with Daquan Felton, his big receiver. They like to get down the field. I would have loved to see Drones give him a chance. Felton is 6'3". He's a big guy out there, can make the catch. You got to give him a chance.
So Peter Moore to punt. Isaiah Ferris deep to return. Moore's had a good night off his foot. Ferris at the 30. That was a risky catch, but phenomenal special teams play by Thomas Williams. Punt of 49. He'll have no gain on the return. But for Boston College's perspective, here on the punt coverage, great special teams in a place that really created Beamer ball. You know, the coach talking about that.
Coach Beamer, not happy about the turnovers, but happy about that coverage.
But so you go in your Boston College, you go into the fourth quarter. In your mind, the comeback is complete in that now you're in the game. Now it's a game.
Yeah, you're in a game.
Now you go to the fourth quarter and play football.
One score game. We did what we had to do. We made the plays to get ourselves back in this game. Now let's go play football. We're back on our original plan.
And that original plan there, the give on first down to Turbo Richard.
You also want to keep this momentum that you have going right now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be important for Boston College because, hey, we did the hard part. We got ourselves back in the game. Okay, let's keep the momentum going on our side right now.
Richard remains. He's going to get the carry. Tried to stick his hat up there and get a couple of yards. Gains 1 and eats. Castellanos over the middle. That's Lewis Bond. And Bond is going to have enough to move the chains. Jalen Jones brings him down in a gain of 7.
Great route by Bond. Man-to-man coverage, wins on the slant inside. Castellanos puts it on money, pressure. You see all the eyes are on Castellanos. Even though there's not a blitz, he draws so much attention because of his ability to scramble and extend plays, creates open windows for receivers.
You have to wonder if Boston College has a big one in them. 1st and 10. Robichaux had a crease closed quickly by Jenkins and a gain of 2.
This might be the chance they're trying to. I'd love to see them take a shot down the field here. You've had Virginia Tech back on their heels. Momentum's on your side. To take that shot and see if you can tie this game up.
Castellanos. Brought down by Woodson. And a gain of 5, bringing up another 3rd.
That really flip momentum.
BC 6 of 11 tonight on 3rd down. Pressure. Castellanos, quick release. Stayed on his feet. They didn't rule him down. And that could be huge for Kamari Morales. He kept his feet going, got out of the Mose Phillips, the 3rd tackle. How about that for awareness for Morales, the North Carolina transfer?
That's a great play by him, the awareness. You see BC's going to try to snap the ball really fast.
Yeah, there it comes.
Virginia Tech's going to do a good job with subs.
The ruling on the field, the runner achieving the line to gain, is under review.
Boston College sub Virginia Tech did a good job with subs to create the opportunity for them to see whether he was down or not.
All right, so they're going to take a look at this. We're going to step aside. Have a look for yourself. Was Morales? Oh, it's going to be a game of inches. We'll tell you when we return. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 3rd, 4th and inches. They're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it, right? But Matt, what does Matt say?
I don't know.
He's down.
That's got stands written all
Oh,
over
I'm sorry. No,
What's that? Say it again?
it better not. He was definitely down. They got a shot from the cart where almost his whole shin was on the ground.
After review, the runner was down with the ball at the 49.5-yard line. It's 4th down.
Yeah, so it's going to be what, 4th and a half yard?
All right.
They ruled Morales down. Boston College on 4th and inches with the ball at midfield.
Yeah, shin touched the ground. Good call to get that overturned. Spot the ball, but here's the aggressive call by Bill O'Brien with momentum on 4th and inches.
The big Kai Robichaux in the backfield. He didn't get it. Robichaux short. Jaden Keller makes the tackle. Coach, we're not in the game of second guessing. We talked about it during the break. Do you go for it here with your defense playing well and try to pin them deep?
Absolutely. I love the call. You're going for it. You're aggressive. You have momentum on your side. But this has been a game of big play after big play. And this time it's Jaden Keller's turn to do a Robichaux, the short down power back. Is able to not hesitate, knife when he sees the gap on the inside zone, make the tackle.
Robichaux, the guy you want in there, couldn't do it, and now Tootin's the guy Virginia Tech wants in there. And you had said it, Tootin has been close to breaking a big one. That for 18.
Well, a couple of his runs have been called back on penalties, but he still hits him. The explosion, the stutter step inside. Then he puts on the jets and bounces to the edge. Big first down. And Virginia Tech has the opportunity to seize momentum right back here early in the fourth quarter.
176 yards for Tootin tonight. 13 carries, has a receiving touchdown. And the momentum holds for a minute. End around. Aiden Green finds a blocker. Aiden Green takes it inside the 10. 25 yards in this Lane Stadium crowd that was kind of put to sleep has been reawakened.
And what a great job by Drones, just stepping in front. Didn't have to do a block on Ezeraku, who read the reverse. He just shields him off, and that allows the play to develop.
The stop on 4th and inches. Now 1st and goal. That's Tootin up the middle. That's Tootin for a touchdown. In what had been a nightmare scenario here in Blacksburg for these Virginia Tech fans, they make the stop, and now another 2-score game.
But we talk about momentum, and it's both sides of the ball. A big defensive stop leads to explosive run by Tootin, a reverse, and then bootin' scootin', Tootin into the touchdown.
You keep forgetting the root.
I'm rooting.
Rootin', Tootin', scoot. Either way, the 3rd touchdown for number 33. It started with the 4th down stop. Robichaux, no gain. Virginia Tech, ball back, and they take advantage. 35-21. Boys, it's been an entertaining game here on ESPN's Thursday Night College Football. Sunset with the skydiver, with the American flag, into Lane Stadium on a Thursday night, and then they would understand. I love this sport. I love this atmosphere. And right now, 35-21 as Turbo Richards going to let that go over his head into the end zone. And, Coach, we were having a discussion about it a moment ago. Boston College exerted all of that energy to get back into this game. They don't get it on 4th and short. Now they're down 14 again, and they really got to find something here with 11:02 left.
I think they're going to need to open it up on this drive. That last drive, they got back into the game and then went to a little bit of a conservative play calling. I'd love to see them open it up right here. Maybe take a shot, get back to some tempo, something different to flip momentum back their way.
Flag on the play prior to the snap.
Full start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Let me see if I can say this without... You love to see the effort by Boston College to make this a football game.
Yeah.
You would hate to see it drain out in the fourth quarter when they still have an opportunity.
Yeah, the mistakes have hurt them at key moments in this game tonight.
Castellanos to throw, has to keep it, has some space. Castellanos, he'll get you back in it real quick. Had to avoid the pressure. That's what he does best.
Well, you love to see it. You spread them out, Matt. You get into an empty formation. And not only do you have the ability to create the throwing matchups down the field, but it creates more space for Castellanos. And he's such a tough player to stop one-on-one in the open field.
18 yards for number 1. Play fake, taking a shot, has one-on-one coverage, down the field, it is caught. Reed Harris, and a big play BC needed. Dorian Strong on the coverage, and that's a gain of 46.
What a throw. That's the same play that scored the touchdown. Castellanos goes outside to Reed Harris, the guy from Montana, Matt.
Great Falls, Montana, to be exact. Here comes that tempo again. Trayshawn Ward, the ball carrier. There's going to be a flag on the play pre-snap. And maybe BC went a little too quick.
Woodson on the stop for the Hokies.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Here's the big play here to Reed Harris.
Well, it's a great job of staying with it. He's not the primary read. He stays with it. Great job tracking the ball in the air, catching at the high point. This is the first ACC player from the state of Montana, which used to make sense when the ACC was on the Atlantic side of the country, but I think we'll see some more now that we've spread nationwide.
Yeah, the All-Coast Conference.
Yep.
That's Ward up the middle. Trying to get a little bit of that yardage back from the penalty, the procedure penalty. Willifred Penne. Now second down.
Well, the turnovers, the big plays got BC back in. It's good to see them. They needed to go take that shot, and then when they took it, they grabbed the big play down into the red zone.
You talked about the offense being a little bit conservative when you got to hit some big plays to get back into the ball game.
Yeah.
2nd and 13, trips bottom of your screen. Ward motions out of the backfield. Castellanos rolls left. Has a receiver, incomplete. Had Jaden Skeet and missed him. Coach, the ball play was on and they couldn't capitalize.
He's going to want that back. They brought a quad, a 4th receiver over, which caused a little bit of confusion to the secondary. And just had a tight angle to try to get that into. You say, we'd like to put a little more air on that ball, but he had a tight angle, so he didn't have the time to do that. And just couldn't get it in that window.
Taking another shot, has Bond, incomplete. Jalen Jones was there, and that's going to send out the field goal unit. Tried to hit his big play receiver Bond, and a nice PBU by Jalen Jones.
And Jalen Jones, a little behind it, sticks with it, does a great job not to get the pass interference call, plays through the hands of Bond when he sees him going up to make the catch, and sticks with the play to knock it away.
Fewest field goal attempts by any team in the country. Liam Connor on 37-yard attempt. High snap.
No.
Scooped. Dorian Strong got it. And no points for BC on that possession.
Another missed opportunity in the red zone for Boston College tonight. And this one, after the big stop on third down, forced the field goal attempt, the mistake, and the recovery by Virginia Tech.
Tech in business after the scoop of the fumbled field goal attempt. And that's exactly right. Just give it to Bashal Tutin. There goes Tutin. What a game for Tutin. Game, set, Hokies.
That's the second time tonight that right after a turnover, Tutin explodes for a big one to the house.
I'm just telling you right now, college football final Saturday, my helmet sticker, one of them was going to Bashal Tutin. 243 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns and a reception for a touchdown. That's
a good
total
call
touchdowns.
right there.
That's a good night. Ooh, and he might have just said good night to Boston College. What did they tell us this week? We want to get 33 more touches. To be fair, Coach, he's only had 15 on the ground, but he's averaging 16.2 for 243 yards.
Well, it's the same play they've had a lot of success with, that outside zone lead where they're bringing the tight end across the formation to be a lead blocker up on the support player on the second level. In the story of this game, a Tutin unbelievable night. The story of the game, turnovers. It was turnovers that got them the big lead. Turnovers got BC back in it, and then turnovers seal it for Virginia Tech.
As we take a look at tonight's player spotlight, brought to you by Lexus. Sometimes our job is easy. This is one of them. His career high is 256 while he was at North Carolina A&T. This is his FBS career high. And yeah, you're gonna get your muscles built tonight. That's 42 of them. What an answer. Look, we were giving Virginia Tech or BC a lot of credit, rightfully so, for the third quarter. But how about how Virginia Tech responded to adversity after they had their backs against the wall and all the momentum on BC side to now get that lead back up to 21 points.
Yeah, momentum's been swinging back and forth tonight, all night, Matt. But it shows a lot of mental toughness. Virginia Tech, the leadership on that sideline, the leadership by Boston College to get back in the game, and the leadership by Virginia Tech to take the momentum back and seize and pull away.
Yeah, and the story tonight for Boston College, it's as simple as this. The turnovers have gotten them since day one.
Well, and it's the turnovers, not just the turnovers, all 3 fumbles had led to 21 Virginia Tech points, but it's also taken points off the board. 2 of those turnovers occurring in the red zone. So it's not just the turnovers, the points they result for Virginia Tech, it's the lost points for Boston College as well.
So Castellanos and BC are gonna have to be aggressive. No one open, so it's gonna use his feet. That's Wilfred Penne. We go down to Harry.
Yeah, Matt, obviously it feels like we've played almost 3 different football games here. This Boston College sideline was obviously very energetic coming out of that third quarter. A lot of just disappointment and shock over here currently.
Harry, and that's a good point. It does feel like 3 different games. There's going to be a procedure penalty on BC.
Full start. Offense. All 11 players were never set. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
It's to Harry's point, Coach. We come out here, you got all the momentum, you got Sandman, you got 30th anniversary Thursday night college football, and Virginia Tech took advantage of that and got out to a huge lead.
Yep, and then
BC.
All of a sudden we come out to the second half, and BC comes storming back.
Castellanos doing whatever he can to keep BC in this. He took a hit there at the end.
But as you said, now in the fourth quarter, it's right back to the momentum being with Virginia Tech.
And you know how much it takes to get back into a game. And they had it 4th and short and could have kept it going as Castellanos going to throw on 3rd down. That's Trayshawn Ward for 4, and that'll be a first. And the turning point in this game was when they went forward on the 49-yard line.
Which I
Robichaux was stopped.
The right call, the right decision to go for it. Just a great defensive play by Jaden Keller at Virginia Tech. And it swung momentum back to Virginia Tech.
A good grab there by Morales. And by the way, Morales, as we're talking about pivotal moments, they had ruled him up. It was the big gain. They reviewed it, and that's what made it 4th and inches. So 2nd and 5. Castellanos wide open, incomplete. That's Reed Harris that got behind his coverage, and we got a flag on the play as Castellanos got pelted.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That's Josh Fuga.
Yeah. I mean, physical play took him all the way to the ground. Just overthrew it. A great double move by Reed Harris. And Castellanos put some air on it. Just off the fingertips.
Crowd doesn't like it. Ty Robichaux in the backfield. Castellanos has to take another shot downfield and does so. Jeremiah Franklin takes it inside the 15. Gain of 30. And an injured player down for BC. That's Jude Bowery. So 6:29 left in the 4th quarter as Bowery is injured. Castellanos and Boston College trying to find their way back in this one. 42-21. See the left tackle there on the left side of your screen. Maybe just an awkward land on the turf as we welcome you back here to the booth. Dan Mullen and Matt Berry with you. This really has been an entertaining.
Give Boston College the credit for the toughness they showed to get back into this game.
They're not done yet. Castellanos has to pull the ball down, and he pays for it. You know, I was going to give a helmet sticker to Tootin, but you know what? APR. He has been an absolute one-man demolition crew tonight. So quick for Castellanos and company. Incomplete, intended for Bond. But how about APR tonight?
Well, I mean, huge night, huge night. He's been disruptive, and a guy like Castellanos, not only do you have to be disciplined in your rush lanes to keep him in the pocket, not let him scramble, but also his elusiveness. You look at that, 4 sacks on the night by APR. That's why he's one of the best pass rushers, if not the best pass rusher in all of college football.
3rd and 18. Castellanos going left with it. And Jaden Skeet was never inbounds to make the catch to begin with, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
And Matt, we showed APR, they've done it. He's had to do it with them. You know, Bill O'Brien with that pro scheme is used to having to deal with NFL pass rushers.
Yeah.
They've been chipping him, double teaming him, sliding the protection to him, and he's still finding a way to get home.
It's one of those games where you look back on when you see a draft stock rise right before your eyes. Talk with Mel Kiper earlier in the week.
You see him now. He's in that knee, not because he's tired. He's getting ready to get in that sprinter stance. He's going to like a 100-meter dash. He's going to be coming off the ball. They have the tight end over there to chip him.
Castellanos incomplete. Intended for Lewis Bond. Mel Kiper was going to reevaluate and kind of update his big board, and he said he'd probably have APR right around his 9th edge rusher, but I'd imagine that's just going to keep going up and up and up. as we take a look at the Florida transfer and what he's been able to do all night for Virginia Tech.
Yeah. He transferred in from Florida, is a Virginia native, though, as you said. But it's the ability to come in and keep the relentless pass rush. Whether he's chasing down from behind on the front side, running Castellanos down. When they tried to chip him, he could dip underneath the speed rush coming off the edge. Look at the dip and his ability to bend the corner. That's what you're looking for at the next level, is a pass rusher that can run full speed while he's running the hoop and dip that shoulder under the tackle.
So you recruited APR at Florida.
Yeah.
What did you see out of him as a high school player to make, he's a highly rated prospect. What would his high school tape show you to make you want to bring him into Gainesville?
It was that explosiveness. When you watched him in high school, his quickness off the ball, his first 2 to 3 steps off the ball. He's not the tallest guy.
30 seconds.
But he was extremely powerful, and he's that explosive first 2-step burst that he just looked different. As you said, he was a very highly recruited prospect. Great family, great young man, high character guy, and his work ethic and his toughness. And you see that show in how the relentlessness and how he plays the game.
We knew the stars would have to show out tonight. They've certainly done this. What a card this is, by the way. Speaking of a fight, Professional Fighters League, Battle of the Giants in Saudi Arabia. The prelims begin at 1:30 Eastern on ESPN+. The main card at 4:30 Eastern on pay-per-view. To order, go to espn+.com/PFL/PPV. Quick toss outside to Toot. Neto Akpala there. You know, the conversation going into the second half was what Bill O'Brien was going to learn about his team and being fighters. The same exact thing could be said about what Brent Pry learned about his team.
Absolutely. I think Bill O'Brien learned about his team, the fight of getting back in. He's a lot he can build at his first year within the program. Virginia Tech and Brent Pry, a lot that was going on with Brent Pry and this team coming into the fourth quarter. And what could be said about them? There were a lot of expectations coming into the year. They've lost some close game. It looked like things were slipping away from them. And they fought back in this fourth quarter.
And again, a reminder, even how the fourth quarter started. Boston College had the ball driving with a chance to tie the game. They got the big fourth down stop.
Boston College, their second. 30 seconds.
And then after the big fourth down stop, Tootin breaks a big one.
Well, it's the explosive plays of Tootin. On big plays, whether after the fourth down stop, after the turnover, it's been Tootin, the explosiveness that he brings to the game.
Yeah, what a night for him. 17 carries, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's been as advertised and better.
Well, the first touchdown was after the turnover in the red zone. Right before half, he makes the big catch. But you see he can do it with power in between the tackles as well. He is a 3-down back, has skills coming out of the backfield, has breakaway speed. We've seen the quickness of his cuts. Now, the knee brace has come off. He looks 100% healthy, and he is a exciting player to watch when he's 100% healthy.
So
how about
fourth
that
down,
night, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely incredible. He led the ACC in rushing touchdowns, coming in with 9, just padded those stats with 3 more. That punt almost blocked, and it's going to get a flag. That's the most rushing yards tonight for Tootin since Darren Evans, 2008 against Maryland. Evans went for 253 that night, as Moore does a good job.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That's the big one.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Oh, it was only 4th and 2, so it didn't matter big or small, whether it was running into or roughing was going to be a first down for Virginia Tech. And another, that really goes in a turnover category because they're about to have the ball, another turnover, if you will, for Boston College tonight.
We were doing some throwback plays today on the history of the Boston College Virginia Tech rivalry on SportsCenter, and we were naming some of these just all-time backs at Virginia Tech: Kevin Jones, Lee Suggs, Darren Evans. And Al Bashaw Tootin, he's right up there with some of the best of them to ever play here.
And to do it on a Thursday night, it just seems a little more special here at Virginia Tech when you do that.
He's not done yet. I mean, he is something else. Gain of 17.
And these Hokie fans love it. I mean, Matt, from Sports Center, the fans that showed up today for the Sports Center live on campus to enter Sandman Thursdays in Blacksburg, Virginia, are a college football event.
So Tootin now just needs 17 more yards. Actually, that run gave him the all-time school record, 266 yards. So we just talked about all the history.
It's now his. It's now his.
He owns it. Most all-time, 266.
Now he gets a nice breather now because of that.
I think you could take his helmet off for the night. Malachi Thomas more than capable of finishing this thing off.
Great job by the staff of recognizing that, though, that knowing all you need, one more big run, and you set a school record.
Yeah, you have to be sitting there on the sidelines thinking, he's having a big night. Someone go check the all-time record. And Travis Wells, the great SID, maybe got down to him and was like, hey, he needs 17 as Colin Schlee enters the game now. And Schlee, it's brought down by Cam Martinez, gain of 4. Boston College still hanging on to their one timeout, got the 2-minute timeout.
Timeout. Boston College.
And they're
third and final. 30 seconds.
They don't get to take that home with them to
they're away.
Boston,
Yep.
so Coach O'Brien's going to use that one.
You know, O'Brien being an NFL coach, he's one of the first coaches we've seen in college use them
use them early.
Use them like an NFL coach prior to the 2-minute timeout. So let's take a look now. We had mentioned 1-1 coming in ACC play. A lot of football left. So Virginia Tech, they got the win against Stanford. They'll get the win tonight against Boston College. And then they've got a stretch of Georgia Tech at Syracuse. We see Syracuse next week at Pitt. And then Clemson, Duke, and Virginia.
Well, I mean, that very, very interesting schedule. There you go, Matt, right there.
That's the one.
That's the one, and they get them here. This is a tough place to play. Yeah, Blacksburg's always a tough place to play. Obviously, some big matchups. None of them are going to be easy games. This conference is wide open. A lot of depth in the ACC this year. A lot of great football being played. But I'll tell you what, if they can get on a little win streak here, playing at this level, this place will be rocking when Clemson comes to town in a couple weeks.
But if you finish, as Jeremiah Coney gets in, you finish 7-1 in conference. You own the tiebreaker over Clemson, who hasn't lost in conference yet.
Yeah.
And Miami, they're still going to be, someone's going to get got. It's just the way college football is. I mean, Virginia Tech's shot at an ACC title is very much alive and well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you can see the explosiveness and the playmakers they have. And they're getting better. You saw a huge win on a tough road environment last year. They had the heartbreaking loss on the Hail Mary.
Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
The heartbreaking loss on the Hail Mary against Miami. But Brent Pryke told all the players and called the parents, stop talking about that game. Yeah. Let's focus forward to Stanford. They had a great win on the road, having to go all the way to the West Coast to Stanford last week. They're going to go up and coach, hey, we had a great performance with the exception of this quick window where we turned the ball over. We let them get back into it, but we showed the resolve that we have to finish games. And let's keep that going, that momentum going through the rest of this season.
What a run by Coney. They got backs everywhere around here. And I should apologize because realignment brain hasn't set in. I wrongfully left out SMU in that conversation as well.
They're right in the mix.
That's right.
Pitt, Syracuse next week.
Another one. I mean, Syracuse is still in it.
I mean, Pitt and Syracuse next week will be heading up to Pittsburgh for that game on Thursday night. 6-0 Pitt and 5-1 Syracuse. That's going to be a big one.
I mean, just listen to what we just did in terms of all of these teams that are still alive in the ACC as we embark on the second half of the season. We have reached a 2-minute timeout in Blacksburg. It is all Hokies, 42-21. That is allowed in Virginia. Is this one of those states where it's allowed? I got to look that up. Sometimes you go on a heater and you never walk away from a heater.
Never.
As Virginia Tech.
There were some heaters in this game going on at different times of this game tonight, Matt.
The Bashaw Tootin, he's been on a 4-quarter heater. What a player. So we got a couple of minutes. I got to brag on my guy here, Dan Mullen. He won't be with us in studio this weekend or on College Football Final. It is the 10-year anniversary of the Mississippi State Bulldogs being ranked the #1 team in the country, and they are honoring you and that team, Dak Prescott and company, this weekend in Starkville.
Can't wait. Heading down to Starkville tomorrow. We got a great reception. Getting to see so many great players from that team are going to be coming back to the game. Dak's going to be there. Big game against Texas A&M and Davis Wade Stadium. I think they'll have it rocking, and that was such a special year. And we get to be a Jeopardy trivia question. The first team ever ranked #1 in the college football playoff era were the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
And you're leaving me with Galloway solo all day.
I'll send in my helmet stickers for you.
I am with Galloway from start to finish. College Football Final. I'm already sending in one of my helmet stickers. Toot, and you got it. You got one. Outstanding performance, though. Look. Say what you want about how Virginia Tech has started the season. We talked to Brent Pry about it. After the bye week, second half of the season, ACC is still right in front of them.
It's going to be such a great it is such a great conference. It was such a great night. The stars showed up tonight. Drones and Tootin and APR for Virginia Tech all showed up, making the big plays at the big moments of this game. And this is a huge win for the Hokies in their pursuit of an ACC title.
We always enjoy our trip here to Blacksburg. Their support today of Sports Center was outstanding. Enter Sandman is the greatest entrant in all of the sport. And we saw tonight as Bashaw Tootin and Virginia Tech get the big win, 42-21. Joe